Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this series of video, we are going to see about BEC405A subject code with subject name 8051 microcontroller for module 1 dealing with 8051 architecture. So we'll be detailedly seeing about 8051 architecture. So moving on into the architecture of 8051, we have to have a detailed discussion on this. So the architecture, this is the complete architecture of 8051, and the 8051 uses hardware architecture. It means it has separate memory spaces for program instruction and the data, that is ROM and RAM. So this separation, why this separation is required? So this separation allows for complete concurrent fetching of instructions and data so that performance can be improved when compared to the single memory space design, that is when compared to the Von-Neumann architecture. So you have internal memory across this. So internal memory, you have two types of memory, that is RAM and ROM, that we'll see in detail about the features of 8051. And you have central processing unit, that is nothing but it is a code of the processing unit which keeps executing the instruction fetch from the memory. So it is going to perform arithmetic, logical, data transfer operation. There are some special function registers that you can see. So here is the memory unit and this is the special function registers. So special function registers, these are nothing but they are some on-chip memory locations. So where they can control various functionalities of the microcontroller. Say for examples, serial communication port or timers, counters, all these are controlled across the special function registers. There are some input and output ports. So here you can see there are different ports available from port 0 to port 3. So input output ports, 8-bit input output ports is available, that is P0, P1, P2 and P3. So all these ports, this allows the microcontroller to interact with the external devices like sensors, actuators, display. And so here these ports are having particular pins. So each of the pin in that port is configured as in either as input or the output. Now moving on to the instruction set that is used in 8051. It is relatively very simple and it has some basic arithmetic, logical and data transfer instruction. So the simplicity makes it very easier to learn and build the programming. And here you can see DPR, DPH, DPL. So this is the data pointer, program counter, which is pointing the instruction that has to be executed. And you have arithmetic logical unit. You have different timing, that is timers and interrupts, which I told you, that is EA, ALE, PSEN. So you will be learning in detail about what is EA, ALE, PSEN, all these in detail in pin configuration of 8051. So this is the basic architecture of 8051. So moving on to the key components. So yes, here key components, you have hardware architecture, which already I have explained you that it is separate memory spaces, and there is internal memory RAM and ROM, central processing unit, special function registers, input output ports, instruction set. So these are the key components which is available across that particular architecture. So moving on to the next topic, that is the registers. So you have some common registers and special function registers. So here you have the common registers, that is ranging from R0 to R7 and DPTR and PC, that is program counter, and these are some of the special function register. So here special function register, you can see there is some important things I'll explain you. PSW, program status word. So it is nothing but it is going to hold the flags that indicate some outcome of arithmetic and logical operation. So if you add a particular number, if at all if you have one addition or overflowing of data in a particular register, overflag will be set, zero flag will be set. So there are different flags that can be set. And next is stack pointer. Stack pointer is nothing but it is going to point the top of the stack. That is, it is a temporary storage area which is used for subroutine calls and data manipulation. And DPTR, this is the DPTR. You have DPTR high and low. So here this DPTR, it is a 16-bit register which can be used for two separate 8-bit register for the data transfer. And timer and counter registers, here the timer and counter registers, here you can see TMOD, TCON, TL0, TH0, TL1, TH1, all these are available. So these are used for timing and measurement of pulse width modulation generation. And serial communication registers, here you can see you have SCON and SBUF, that is serial port control register and serial port data buffer. So these are going to facilitate the serial communication with the external devices. And there are input output ports which we saw, right? Port 0 to port 3, P0, P1, P2, P3. These all control the data direction of each of the pin in the corresponding input output ports. Yes, and also you have A and B, that is nothing but accumulator and B register. So here accumulator is nothing but it is a 8-bit register that is used for primary operation, that is within the CPU. And B register is nothing but it is also 8-bit register used for general purpose data storage. So these are the two registers which has been used. So that is why you call it as general purpose registers. And special function registers, you have program status word, PSW. We saw in the other architecture, PSW, program status word, so which is holding the outcome. So these are some special function and general purpose register that you can see. And next is features of your 8051 microcontroller. So these are the features where you can see you have on-chip memory for program code and RAM. There is interrupt control. There is a CPU oscillator which is set to a particular megahertz frequency so that the complete controller functions. There is a bus control for communication, 4 input output ports, serial communication is taking place, and timers are set. So there are some features that we need to see, that is the memory. So memory is here 8051 has 4 KB of on-chip ROM memory, that is ROM is nothing but program memory, and 128 bytes of on-chip RAM, that is data memory. Next is buses. So buses, you have 8-bit bidirectional data buses and 16-bit unidirectional address bus. So 8-bit and 16-bit you have. 8-bit is bidirectional, 16-bit is unidirectional address bus. And timers. Timers is 2 16-bit timers we have, that is timer 0 and timer 1. You have ports. 4 8-bit input output ports, P0, P1, P2, P3. And next is registers. So here registers is we have 4 register banks and those 4 each is 8-bit. And there is a 32-bit general purpose registers. And next is interrupts. So interrupts is you have 2 external and 3 internal interrupts. 2 external and 3 internal interrupts like int 0, int 1. Yes, those are all external interrupts. Special functions. So special function is nothing but connecting of UART, ADC, op-amp, such kind of things are special functions. Instruction set. So instruction set is, you obviously know 8051 has simpler instruction set. And clock. So here the oscillator clock is set to 12 megahertz frequency. And you have serial port. Serial port is completely full featured serial port which reads and also transmits. That is, transmission and receiving takes place in the serial port. So these are the common features that is available in 8051 microcontroller. So hope you have understood what is the architecture and different registers and also features in 8051. Please stay tuned for more information. Next video will be based on pin diagram of 8051. Thank you.